Hello. Hi, everyone. How are we doing today? How's everyone feeling? Happy New Year? Hello. It's my first stream of the year. So hello, how is everyone? I I'm excited. New year, new me, new setup, new desk. Everything is so fresh and so new. yeah, I'm excited to get back into things for the 2024 season. Isn't that crazy? Calixtus, hello. It is a brand new year and we are doing so much. So much. Line, your followers are not found. Oh, yeah. Uh, we're at 404 followers. That's so exciting. Yeah, we achieved quite a few things in this past year. And I don't know, we've hit some really fun milestones. And so it's exciting to just get to sit down and talk about our 2023 summary. Now, I didn't plan anything to talk about today. I just kind of hit live and said, okay, we're gonna talk about New Year stuff, right? So if I'm just all over the place, rambling about random things at different points of the year, just ignore that. It's fine, right? It's fine. We don't have to be put together. We're world builders. We like jumping around different places all the time, right? No big. Nothing crazy. But yeah, some really fun, exciting things. And yeah, let the chaos commence. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. um So I guess we'll start from the beginning. 2023, what a crazy year. I I moved apartments, made like I signed my own lease by myself for the first time in my life ever. That's pretty huge. And so, it's just I live here. This is my home, my space that is not owned by someone else. Well, it's owned by someone else, but I live here. Hitanshi, hello. Dancing dinosaurs, welcome, welcome. Very excited to see you. Oh gosh. I'm trying to remember things chronologically. That was. I don't really know that anything exciting happened in January specifically. But February is when I moved. That was really great. It's also my birthday. We had Bestiary February, which my Bestiary February article is actually one of my most liked articles on World Anvil, which is really awesome and really fun. We drew some great birds from Alcora that month, and that was really great. Um, March of this past year is, I think, the month that I cried the most, but for all good reasons. I we submitted work, of course, for the World Building Awards last year. And I found out I was nominated for two different awards, and I wept. I wept actual tears. It was even funnier because at first I thought I was only nominated for one, because the spreadsheet that was going around for the nominees had two sheets, and I didn't realize that at first. Well, no, it wasn't the spreadsheet. It was the voting page, I think. Yeah, the voting page had two different sheets, and I clicked on the first sheet. And I'm like, oh, wait, I'm on this, and I just waterworks. And then someone shared a spreadsheet of the nominees, and I saw myself on there twice. I'm like, wait a minute, and just even more. Oh my gosh, and yeah, then later, I think it was in the same month. Later that month, I won them both, and even more tears, even more crying. In fact, crying in front of a Twitch audience of over 1,000 people. Oh no. Um, that's okay. The VOD doesn't exist. No one needs to know. There's no evidence. Um, and yeah, so the awards are just sitting on my shelf over there. You can't really see them. They're kind of tucked away in the dark. I need to reorganize my shelves a little more. I kind of just barely put them together after rearranging my entire apartment on New Year's Eve. Yeah, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure out a good layout. But for now, what really matters is that we have our little buddies, our little Torchics here. Just me, my son, and my son's son. I love them very much. Oh man. Moving on to April. April, I went on my first ever cruise. And how crazy is that? Because I won that cruise from World Anvil Summer Camp. So my grandson, yes, my grandson. But yeah, I went on a whole cruise, which is insane considering I won that cruise for free because I participated in summer camp and I got my diamond badge. Like I don't know, I made this like triumphant return to world building and to World Anvil. Just like really started rocking these competitions, just putting everything into my world, and just suddenly it's like, oh, Strixline won a cruise. I'm like, what? What do you mean? Um, and so I got to go on that. I got to hang out with Janet and Demetrius and also Drunken Panda for most of that trip, and that was really fun. We went to the La Brea Tar Pits. We went, on the cruise. We played games. We did world building seminars. Like, oh, so much fun. So much fun. And I'm going again this year. Not for free this time. Not for free. I did indeed purchase my own tickets this time. But come the World Ember Awards ceremony, we're gonna have a buddy to go with. Someone else is going to win this cruise, and I'm so excited for whoever it is. Because I had such a blast. Such a blast. And yeah, this year it's gonna be in Florida, right? Last year, or I guess this, no, it was last year, haha. Last year it was in California, or like departing from California. Um, yeah. And so it's a little closer. Hopefully that'll cut back on some travel costs a little bit. A little bit maybe. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh, and I got to go to the aquarium for the first time in like forever. You will find that I'm the kind of person who just loves aquariums. Like I will be in there. I will stay in there. You cannot remove me from the space. I want to hang out with the birds. I want to hang out with the penguins. I want to hang out with all the fishies. It's just Oh, and I got to see the little gosh, what are they? What are they? Well, the garden eels. The garden eels, the ones that just like live in holes in the sand. They just like poke up and they're like the little wigglers. Like the wigglers from Monster Hunter. That's exactly what they are. Just, in the ocean. Those things bring me so much joy. I love them. I got to look at them. I got to take little pictures of them. They're so fun. You've never seen a real penguin yet? That's a crime. We're all going to go on an aquarium trip. This is planned. This needs to happen. We need to make sure Shadow Phoenix sees a penguin in the year 2024. We'll add that to our New Year's resolutions. I know, and I am a penguin. I know. I know. We have to make it happen. Oh, April. April. Yeah, that was April. May. During the month of May, oh my gosh. I got to do my first D&D live play, like playing D&D live on Twitch. Because I was invited to participate in Kitoipoi's Murder on the Moonlight Express. That was so much fun. That was something I've never done before. Like live plays, playing D&D in front of an audience. Oh, I saw some penguins at a nearby zoo recently, and God, I wanted to pick one up so bad. They do look so scoopable, don't they? Like I could just grab them. I feel like an emperor penguin might be a difficult one to scoop. Like they're pretty big. They're pretty large. But give me like one of the little ones. Just grab it. Same thing with puffins. I also saw puffins at the aquarium, and they were incredible. I love them. Those things are supremely scoopable. They're like the perfect size for it. I also saw some birds with like some spectacular eyebrows. Like spectacular, beautiful, stunning. I want to know where they got them done so I can do the same. Like that whole deal. I'm a bird enthusiast. Just so we all know. But yeah, something about birds with eyebrows just really It really gets me, you know? Gen 2s are my favorite penguin. Ooh, and they're small too. Fastest swimmers of all penguins. Ooh, yay. Yeah, I love that. Hold on, just looking at something real quick. Let's just post that. Oh, hold on. I don't want that to be like that. Okay, okay. I'm somewhat afraid of most birds. Trying to get over that. I mean, okay, I'll be honest with you. Not all birds are scary, but there are some that are a little spooky sometimes. A little spooky sometimes. But I just think birds are cool. And I consider myself to be among those cool birds. Yeah, I don't know, what else? Ooh, I'm like losing track of my timeline on several things. I have to go look something up real quick. Hold on. This will be quick. I'm just trying to get a date on something that I did. Something that happened at some point. And then we can then we can start thinking about, okay, well, what are we going to report on now? Give me the post. Give me the post. So what month? What month did this happen? So I can just be silly about it. Because if I say the wrong month and I'm just, just completely wrong, I need to rewrite my resolutions because holy crap, I'm rambling. Oh, I feel like that's going to be me as soon as I start writing mine. I've been so, like, I've been in turbo sleep mode ever since the end of World Ember. So I have not started writing that article. I've not even started putting together all the articles that I plan to include. There's just so much going on, right? But hopefully soon I'll be able to start tackling that, and that'll be really nice. Okay, I found what I was looking for. Good. We haven't gotten there yet. I was like, I hope I don't just like go over this or something. But yeah, Play May. Play May was a lot of fun. And it was also really great seeing Katoipoi's article for that for that one shot in the advent calendar this past month on the World Anvil advent calendar. Me too. I need to finish an article about the god I should have finished for World Ember, but haven't written anything. Oh, that's totally fair. I totally get that. I had a couple more articles that I wanted to do before the end of World Ember. I just, I didn't really get around to it. Like even still, I had a couple articles that I did make and I did start, but I just like did not have enough time to really put much into. That's okay. That's okay. We have a whole new year to make new content, so I'm not in a rush. I'm excited for that. Yeah, if we hop into the month of June, this is where Camp Feral came to be during summer camp prep. Katoipoi!
I'm an early bird and I'm a night owl, so I'm wise and I have worms.
Congratulations on your worms, Katoipoi. How are you? Welcome in. How are you? Oh, and you've redeemed a sippy. Why, thank you. I took a little, I took one a little early.
Refresh yourselves.
Oh, sippy taken. Hello, welcome. We were just talking about you actually. Because I'm going through my 2023 month by month and just kind of summarizing what exciting things happened each of these months. Yeah, we were. Because we just went through May, and our Play May campaign, our one shot. We were just talking about that a little bit. And I was also talking about how awesome it was to see that article in the advent calendar as well, because it was just it was super fun. It was. I don't know. It makes me want to do more live plays and other things like that. But I would need to find a good group for it. I don't know. It was really cool. It was really cool being on that. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for having me. It was really awesome. I think I've already said that like 6 times, but still, again, we're on the topic, so might as well. I want 2.5 spoons? Yeah, absolutely. That's totally fair. Those are hard to come by these days. Those are very hard to come by these days. Um, yeah, we are just moving on to the month of June, where Camp Feral was born during summer camp prep month. Just harnessing all of that feral energy I feel bubbling up inside of me whenever someone just mentions the word summer camp. it just I can't control it. I can't contain it. And now I'm just like stalking people in the woods saying like, "Have you heard of summer camp? Would you like to?" I that was like the best thing ever. Just spreading that energy just throughout the entire community. And then during the month of July, like actual summer camp. Oh, and I can't mention Camp Feral without also mentioning the Dewey Diamonds, of course. I I took my little blend of Diamond and Die, or Diamond or Die, and Camp Chill, and I was like, when you use that voice, I'm it's most likely to bring in the recruits. Exactly, exactly. But yes, I had my own little spin on kind of like the like we're achieving diamond, but we're being pretty chill about it. Like we're not stressing ourselves out, but we're making plans, we're supporting each other. Like that's the whole vibe. And I want to do more with both of those things in 2024, in this year that it has just turned. So that's an exciting thing to think about. And then, July, actual summer camp. We made a lot of great work. We made a lot of cool stuff. I started I started digging into some of my like core adjacent articles. Like putting together a couple of the gods. I think yeah, I think I did like 2 gods. And I wrote a little bit about one of the pantheons. All things kind of local to Arcevella, which is really great. I developed that part of my setting quite a bit during summer camp, and that was kind of the goal, right? Um, and then August, August came around. What did we do in August? Oh, the summer camp awards ceremony, of course. It was really great seeing a lot of my chapter members getting awards or like, being the picks of the community sponsors. I was voted most helpful camper, and that just warmed my little heart, my silly little heart. I don't know. I wasn't expecting it. I was just like, I'm just a guy here to have fun. I hope you guys are having fun. I invite you to have fun with me, and apparently people like that. So here I am. I don't know. I feel like the feral energy spreading the camp feral cheer throughout the community. It was fun. It was a lot of great times. Um, Helped a lot of people out. I want to help people. I want to help keep people excited and just like make them feel supported, making them feel like they can do it. And that was the dream. That was the whole thing. Um, you're the best silly little feral helpful bean. Oh yay. um. Oh my gosh. And what else? The thing that I was looking up. I joined a stream team in August, or rather, I was accepted to a stream team. I had to apply. And that is Team Creature Feature. That was started by my friend Grinning Hazard. It was really fun. It was really exciting. And now we just have. I think we're opening up applications again soon too. I don't know if they're already open. They might be. Something about it. It might be opening soon. But yeah, we're looking to get some more members into Creature Feature soon. So if you are a streamer in here and you want to try your hand at joining our funny little group of creatures, exclamation point creature. Yeah, there's our team. Feel free to get to know any of us. All of these people are amazing and worth following. So absolutely go check them out. Part of my New Year's resolution is to just do more with them. To hang out with my stream team more, do more collabs. Like just a week or two ago, I was I was live with Grinning Hazard. We were playing Lethal Company, and that was it was like a little double date situation. It was really fun. But I know Eggs has been playing a lot of Monster Hunter, a lot of World of Warcraft. I play both of those games. Why aren't we playing together, you know? um CB is an awesome artist. Does really cool art. We could do little collabs that way too. Also listens to some dope music. I absolutely recommend hanging out in their streams. If you like a little bit of that ADHD kind of brain rot, that's absolutely where you want to go. Blossom, also a fantastic artist. Really cool VTuber. Obsessed with Baldur's Gate 3 and Astarion. Can relate. Although I'm more of a Gale. I'm more of a Gale simp myself, but, you know, we all have our favorite flavors. Crispy Frog, hello, welcome! Thank you for this sub. 10 whole months, oh my gosh. Mochi, hello, I am not late. Good, good, I'm glad to see you're not late. Welcome, welcome. I was just gassing up my stream team for a second there. Miz is really cool. Miz plays a lot of Destiny, so if Destiny is the thing you're into, absolutely go watch Miz. Miz brings that like big sister energy, which I really love. Miz is just so nice, so wonderful. Wonderful to hang out. It's such a shame. Miz is always streaming when I'm like busy. Like, I want to tune in more often. Queen Clover, fantastic Twitch partner. Currently still doing a subathon? Yeah. Uncapped subathon on day 9. It's pretty nutty. But yeah, it's a streamiversary subathon. So absolutely go hang out in there. Check out that little lurk. Oh my gosh, wait, I should be doing little shout outs on these. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? So who's the first person I mentioned? Let's see, Grinning Hazard. Absolutely, go check out Grinning Hazard, a variety streamer, one of my friends. Just fantastic human being. Raised over $10,000 for Extra Life last year. That's pretty amazing. Several of those thousands were just in the final week. Oh, hi Eggs, how you doing? I was just talking about literally every single one of you guys. Fancy meeting you here. Why, hello. Hello, how are you? Come here often? I actually do. It's crazy enough, so weird. So nutty. How are you? How are you doing? I was just talking about everybody on the creature feature. And I was saying like one of my resolutions is I want to hang out with you guys more often, and that'd be really sick. And on the topic of us hanging out more often, we're bringing back Baldur's Gate this Sunday. Baldur's Gate with the creatures. And I was also saying like, hey, Eggs has been playing a lot of Monster Hunter lately and World of Warcraft, and I play both of those games. Maybe we should hang out sometime. Also talking about how CB is really cool and an awesome artist. Better Baldur's Gate and Baldur's Elate. Yes. I've never in my life been good at Monster Hunter though. So I'm just gonna be running around with my little dual blades like Naruto running everywhere. It's like clutch claw, grab, slash, and then like fall off and then do it again. Not really accomplishing much. No, I gotta find more friends to play WoW with, because all my friends keep saying that they're gonna play WoW and then they start for like a week-ish. And then they stop. I'm like, okay, I was hoping we would raid. I was hoping we were gonna actually raid this time. But no, we kinda didn't, so you know. You'll make a pro of me? Hell yeah. Someone has to, honestly. It's wild. Absolutely wild. But also, I will say, you know, have you guys in my chat heard of It's Eggs Benedict? Oh shit, I did the command wrong. Don't look at that. I did the command wrong. Don't look at me. Shout out for It's Eggs Benedict. Really cool. Eggtuber. And someone I want to play more games with. I'm looking. No, stop. Stop it. Do not. Oh, and who haven't I mentioned yet from the stream team? Mink the satyr. Hello. um, Fawn VTuber. Very cool. Oh, stop with the messages. Not you guys. My phone. I don't need to be receiving texts at this hour. It's too early in the day. It's 2:30. Hello? Okay, it's my internet provider telling me we're preparing for potential service outages during the storm. It's like, what storm? I'll have to add a command for exclamation point it's X Benedict. But no, yeah, I was just saying, Creature Features accepting applications soon, I believe. So if you want to join this awesome ragtag group of weirdos, that's us. If you consider yourself a creature and you know, want a little group to creature out with. Oh, the shitstorm that you'll be in when they turn off the Wi-Fi. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's they are currently open. Awesome. I would just need to find out where the application link is. But I'm sure I'll track it down. I'll make like a post about it in my Discord once I discover where it is. But yeah, that was my August summary basically. It's me joining the stream team. We've been having a lot of fun together. Like most helpful camper. Join Creature Feature. That was basically my August, and that was really fun. And now September. What happened in September? I have no memory of the month of September. um. Hmm. What actually happened in September? Does anybody know? Do you remember? I don't. I think during the month of September is when 21st night of September. I think September is when the Treasured Companions challenge was open on World Anvil. So that was really fun. I got to write about Levier the Druid, who was the companion to Korra. Yeah, we had Treasured Companions. Yes, absolutely. They made a whole song about it. I remember the song. I just don't remember a whole lot about my life at that point. But yeah, September. What are they teaching you at school? I haven't been in school in years. I don't know. I forgot everything. Please do not be angry at me. I forgot. But yeah, Treasured Companions. That was a really fun. Challenge. That was one of the challenges where I made art for my world for the first time in ages, and that was really fun. I didn't win the competition, but oh well, right? I made an article that I'm really happy with, really excited for. And that's just kind of been continuing on the up and up. Oh, and also, I don't think this was. No, I think it was during September. During September, I raised my very first $100 for Extra Life, and that's really fun. I it was my first time doing any kind of fundraising of any kind, so it was a little rough, it was a little rocky, a little shaky, but we did it. We made it. And so yeah, that was really fun. Like a little dip into fundraising. And that's benefiting Golisano Upstate Children's Hospital, or I think it was I have a command for this. Upstate Golisano Children's Hospital. I just I just mixed up where the upstate was in the name. My bad. But yeah, I think I still need to sign up for 2024 on Extra Life, but by the end of the year, we managed to get $240. And that's really great. That's really fun. Another shout out to Grinning Hazard for helping me push that goal. Grinning Hazard hit all of their goals during the streamathon. And then was like, "Hey, these other people on my team also have goals. Go fund them instead. Go fund them instead of me." And so on paper, Grinning Hazard raised $10,000 or $11,000. But he also helped us get an extra 1,000 just across all of us. So pretty wild. Just doing great things out there. Let's see. October. What did we do in October? We had the Spooktober challenge on World Anvil, and that was a lot of fun. I essentially started doing World Ember prep 2 months before the event because I made a lot of stubbed articles that I wanted to work on during World Ember during that challenge. And so I really just like I went into December like really ready, you know? I knew what I was doing. I knew where I wanted to go. But there's still a whole month ahead of us for prep. Like I was not done. I was not finished. No, sir. Ooh, and you know, hold on. I'm trying to think. October as well. As we know, I'll give a little backstory. As we know, I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3 on stream pretty much since it came out. Um, we went on a quest. We embarked on a great quest, and this quest was known as Wizard Kissing Quest. Where, for my first few sessions, I said, you know, Gale's such a funny character. I'm gonna romance him as a joke. But guys, it stopped being a joke very quickly. and so we embarked on Wizard Kissing Quest, and in October 2023, we kissed that wizard. We kissed that wizard. And it was glorious. It was everything I could have ever hoped for. And now, to this day, we continue to kiss that wizard. As is my right. For he is my husband. I love him. And he does freaky wizard stuff when no one's looking. You want to kiss a wizard? Might I interest you in Baldur's Gate 3? Insert TikTok sound about feet as a joke. that's basically me, but with kissing Gale. It's like, but bro, I don't think it's a joke anymore. Oh, it's so good. But no, I'm in love with Baldur's Gate 3. I only wish I had more time to play it. Not only just on stream, but just on the side. Like I want to do more playthroughs. I want to romance more people. I want to know more of the lore. I want to explore different places. Like I want the different story beats. You know, I want everything. I want it all. I want Minthara to just like destroy me. Mentally, physically, emotionally, romantically, sensually. I gotta actually beat it at some point. Yeah, me too. Like I've not finished a single playthrough yet. my Wizard Kiss and Quest playthrough is the farthest I've gotten. You know, hopefully soon I'll be able to actually finish that up. I'll have to really plan for it. Unfortunately, January is just full of so many busy weekends for me. And so it's tough to make time for it. Like we could do some Saturday gaming sessions as opposed to like, you know, we used to do Sundays. But now I kind of these days I'm trying to avoid streaming on Sunday quite as much. Oh, Will is such a cute romance too. Do not get me started on Will. I love him. It's such a crime that I think like I think I've seen the comparisons, like Will has like the lowest number of like actual scenes with like substance, essentially. They did my boy Will dirty because he's so cute, he's so sweet. I crumple under the weight of a single poem written in my name, and he's just all poetics. Listen, if Gale wasn't my number one, well, okay, I'll be real. If Gale wasn't my number one, it'd be Halcyon. That's a man who would treat me right. He would treat me right. He also likes ducks, and that's a very important trait in a romantic partner, let me tell you. If they don't like ducks, they ain't right. Not for you, not for the world, okay? But no, Will is fantastic. I am rather ashamed to say.
Refresh yourselves.
Oh, thank you for the sip. We're gonna need it after this one. Oh, I am ashamed to say that I accidentally turned Will into a pile of hellfire goo in my playthrough. It was an accident, in my defense. But it did happen, and I was very sad. I was like, well, we're just gonna have to live with our mistakes. Just oops. In some relationships, that just happens. Well, we weren't in a relationship. He was just stuck back in my camp. But Miss Puffles, thank you so much for following. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. You destroyed my boy. Yeah, I know. I did. I'm sorry. He wasn't in my adventuring party in that playthrough, so it just kind of happened. Just F's in the chat. Yeah, exactly. Poems make you puddle, so it's only fair. True, true. That is true. He turned me into a puddle, so I turned him into an actual puddle. Only fair. Only fair. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I want to experience more of that game. So much more. Like I want to get the full experience of traveling with each of the companions, you know? Like I want to romance each of them. I want to know what they think. I want to know what they feel. I want to find all the secret things. And maybe one day I'll play through honor mode and just see how it goes. So where did we
Refresh
leave off?
yourselves.
Oh, Nino in here with the sippies. Hello. Welcome, welcome. So now where did we leave off? Heading into November? November 2023? A wizard arrives precisely, well, you know. I want to do an evil route on day for what's her name? Minthara? Absolutely. Minthara is an icon. Genuinely. I saw a little snippet of her dialogue. And she's like she's trying to woo you. I can summon it real quick just so I can get the exact wording. Because it's so good. And she's like, we need one another as allies, but I want more from that. More from you than that. I want all of you. And then you tell her, like, I have someone else already. And she's like, now you can have me instead. I'm like, oh, icon behavior. Icon behavior, 100%. I strive to have that kind of confidence. That's the goal for 2024, right? Like to have just that kind of confidence. Like, oh, well, you could have me instead. Isn't that just such a treat? Just the privilege. But no, she's so good. I love her. Amazing, fantastic, stunning. Is there... I don't think there's a way to make her good, right? Like, I am the gift, exactly.
Yourselves.
Like, you can't turn her away from the path of evil, right? That's just not a thing. Thank you for the sip. I don't know. Because I know they added more ways to acquire her, besides, massacring the druids. Have a sippy because you're so thirsty right now. Okay, I guess. I guess so. But yeah. No, things are pretty good. I'm just watching little birds fly around on my screen. But yes, where have we gone? November. World Ember Prep Month. The month for prepping for the big event of the year. That was so much fun. I did a lot of prep. I really enjoyed the process of doing World Ember homework. Like I really went for it, and I prepped wildly for this event. And I think it really paid off. Like I had a fantastic World Ember, but we're not talking about that quite yet. That's next month, right? I set out on so many different goals of just saying like, oh, I'm gonna have to leave if I want to be productive today. Oh, well, yeah, I'll see you another time. You're always welcome back. Yeah, today is kind of just like a chatting day, so not really the best for productivity, unless you just like having someone talking about stuff in the background, in which case, hello, that's me. um, but yeah. Today's stream is just we're talking about the year that just passed by. We're talking about the year ahead and what's in store. Just our plans. So go where you need to, do what you need to, and I'll be here. I'll be here all year. But yeah, I went deep into the World Ember prep. I prepped like topics that I wanted to write about. I prepped specific articles I wanted to write about. I had stubs at the ready that I was just going to pick up and roll with. I think they're so good. Just setting goals for myself and setting like timers and calendars, and I got TJ's World Ember tracking spreadsheet, and it was like that was super helpful. It's also free if you guys want to go check it out. um, Finally, Fezburb's in place. Good. Good. What is it? I don't see it. Oh no. Oh wait, it's at the top there. I forgot I added the levels. It sits and now I can type. Good. Good. 100% good. And yeah. No, I think World Ember Prep is pretty much embodied the entirety the entirety of that month, I think. Plus 300 coins to the wreck of TJ's planner. Yeah, absolutely. And I think you were using it too, right? It's so good. Yes. Like it tracks your word count. It keeps track of your goals, how much you need to write per day, how much you write on average by calculating the total word count of one of your sprints, Like it's so like there's just so much and it's so awesome. And seeing the little graph change. Are we in November already? I must have missed more than I thought. Yeah, we've been going through these pretty I don't know, we spent like the last 45 minutes talking about the different things in the year. And we're like basically almost at the end. Almost at the end. Because I guess we're just kind of going right into December. Because I'm forgetting how everything works. um Ooh, hold on. There is a thing that I did that I just kind of didn't mention. Let's see when this was. Oh, and this was also I think this was in June, maybe August. I did another takeover stream for World Anvil, and so I streamed directly to their channel, and I gave a talk about how to get started as a streamer, like the very beginning, the very basics. I got advice from my stream team. I got advice from some other streamers that I work with, that I just like hang out with. That was a lot of fun, and I promised people a blog post after that, and I never wrote it. We'll just have to do it, right? We'll just have to make it happen. Maybe this coming year I'll write more blog posts. That's something I want to do too. That's something I want to add to my resolutions list. Yeah, I had to finish dinner with the fam first since I'll be going home tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, back to December. World Ember has arrived. And we were off to the races. Oh my gosh, this World Ember, this is like one of the first World Embers I've ever had where I was like so happy with the way things went. And I just really got into it, and I really made it work for me, I had all my prep ready, I had all these articles ready that I was going to write, and write them I did. Malcora now has a world primer because of this World Ember. Moobot knows something I don't. Thank you for the subscription. I assume you just renewed. And the primer's so good. Thank you. I think there's a certain organization you can recruit to write that blog. Oh no, not the accountabilities. Oh, maybe. We'll see. I'll have to make like a little badge. Oh. Aha, and there it is. Thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you so much. 4-month streak. Oh, look at you go. That's 7 whole months of support. I appreciate that so much. Especially considering I've only been streaming for 12 months, actually. And that is something we are going to get to very soon. Very soon. After our 2023 roundup. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, it really does. It's insane. Um but yeah, I wrote a whole primer from Alcora describing kind of like all the super important things about my world that I want people to know. Um all these basic concepts, all these other articles that I put together. And at the end of the event, I also managed to put art into it. Like I made brand new art for my world for the first time in forever. And I wrote about my ley lines as well, talking about this like system that's been like so monumentally important to the development of the world. But I just never had an article for it. Because, why would I do that? That's silly, right? um, but now they have an article. They do. And that article also has art. And I actually finished that art just seconds before they started talking on the World Anvil final stream. Like as they were hitting the bois, I was like, no, we're almost done, upload this, upload that, raid out, Just like heavy sweating, like wiping beads of sweat off my forehead, like, okay, now I gotta finish this, I'm almost done. Oh, it was so fun. It was a fun, hectic way to wrap up our final stream of the year. I think it was the final one. I think. I would have still had an hour, yes, but I wanted to finish the art before sitting down to watch the stream. Because during the stream I would just be like manically typing on my keyboard trying to get word count, or not word count, but like trying to beef up some of my smaller articles. And then Mel, Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Hello, how are you? Welcome. And on that note, we're gonna, well, hold on. I want to, let me see if I can find this link real quick. I'm gonna look up some stats real quick. And so, of course, after that hour, World Ember drew to a close. And I would love to share some of the stats with you that I'm just really excited about. And so let's just hop over. Ooh, and I can also show you guys the new UI for World Anvil, because we are allowed to share it now. Isn't she shiny? She's a lot of fun. She's really cool. But yes, we can share some of the stats that I'm just particularly excited to have been featured in. I'm just gonna make my life a lot easier. I'm just gonna search my name. Who leaks? It is not live, but we among the Inner Sanctum have been given permission to take the new design and share it with others. So, it's not technically live. We just have access. The council that shall not be named, indeed. Indeed. But yeah, okay. So some stats for myself. I'm excited to be in the top 200. Am I in the top 200? Hello? Yes, indeed. I'm in the top 120 actually. For total word count at 12,730 words. Isn't that fun? So I'm 118 on the total word count leaderboard, which is really big. Because I'm very used to not writing basically any more than 10k during World Ember, because I don't have the time for it. 3 of my articles are in the list for supernatural law. We have Ley Lines, The Powers of Malcora, and Ley Line of Oblivion. And that's really exciting. That's really cool. The Gilded Beef is number 17 on the Buildings and Landmarks chart. That's one of my favorite articles. Incarnates of the New Age is the most liked organization. That's nuts. I love that. Vasra, the New Dawn, as well as Atramus, Strength Incarnate, have landed on the person character leaderboard as well. Not too high, did not hit top 10 there, but that's fine. That's fine. Because what matters the most is that Sant is number 1 on the leaderboard, and that is well deserved. Honestly, I think that's the most deserved. Sant! Yes, absolutely. My Light Bond tradition made it into the top 10 for traditions and rituals. I'm just going through the individual articles first. Get to the more exciting one afterwards. My new top article, Sandcast Sleep, yes! I love it. Also, shout out to all of the absolutely wild people who made over 100 articles just during World Ember. Santa's verbal wildfire. I love that article so much. It brought me so much joy. But my primer was number 3 on the top entries by likes, which is nuts. That's awesome. And last but not least, I just barely squeezed into the top 10 for total authors, for total likes. Ah! That's so cool. Like, that's awesome. So it's like, it's all of you guys, all my friends, who've just come in and just like shout out to Mochi, the number 1, the real one, who liked every single article that I made over the course of World Ember. It's every single one, basically, as soon as I made it. I think I made an article and I didn't even like put a notification out or anything, and I just see Mochi liked it. I'm like, how did you get here? How did you get here so fast? You're just like watching, waiting. It's Momo's superpower. Yeah, I know. It's like, so just Mochi, I don't know if you're here, but you are a fantastic being. Fantastic being? I mean, yes, true, but I meant to say bean. Mochi is a legit goat. The goat, number 1. Isn't the abbreviation, though? I think they'd also appreciate the animal. I think they would. I think they absolutely would. Mochi is indeed a fantastic being/being. Yeah, like I'm not upset about accidentally saying being, because it is still true. But yeah, I made a journal post about World Ember this year, saying like this was Malcora's first like critically successful World Ember, and that is 100% true. Like I really gave this World Ember my all, basically. and yeah, it paid off. It paid off so much. Like I made articles for my world this year that I'm like the most proud of, basically, of all my articles. I made a lot of great articles. I made a lot of great art for those articles. I can share some of those a little bit later too. Yeah, and I don't know, I had a really nice time. I finished World Ember by word count super early, and that was a relief. You know, I'm so used to being on like December 30th and seeing like, hey, you've written 3,000 words. like, I guess I can finish it tonight, but it would have been nice if I finished it like a week ago instead of the night before, or God forbid, during the stream. um, so yeah, that's like a first for me. I've never finished World Embers so quickly. I've never had articles for World Ember that were just so polished and put together. Um, I've never made art during World Ember for World Ember. Just so much great and exciting stuff happened. And I had all these awesome friends near me that I could just yell about random things with and share my work with and read their work and community. Crazy. um yeah, and so because I did that so early, I got to sit down and enjoy my Christmas. I got to enjoy my holiday away from home. As a time to have no mouth and must scream. Yes, yes. Um yeah, I got to spend my Christmas season just kind of hanging out, doing nothing, seeing some cool cats, literally. I got to meet 3 new cats, 3 of them, and 2 of them were little babies. They're little babies. They're so good. They're so cute. So sweet. I only died a lot when I came home, allergies. But it was worth it. It was so worth it. All of these cats slept atop my lap or near my lap, next to me, on me, somewhere. And I really appreciate that I am like the cat resting place. It's like literal rest, not death. God no, please don't take it that way. The cat nap spot. There we go. I like that better. People are cat resting places. Yes, 100%. Hi, Grinning. How are you? But yeah, it was such a delight to meet so many wonderful kitties over Christmas time. Um, I just so little. Work is boring today. Yeah, I know how that is. I know how it is. Especially when you just don't get a lot of sleep. The kitties have been summoned. Hello. Thank you, Trev, for bringing excellent kitties into this chat. Yeah, we have just about wrapped up our 2023 in review. All in all, a pretty fantastic year. We finished like on the hour. How perfect is that? Spend the first half of the stream talking about last year. Let's talk about the next half. Let's talk about next year for the next half of the stream. How about that? Talking about plans and things we want to do. Well, being a cat resting place has its cons, though, especially when the 2 of them block any form of movement when you're sleeping. Yeah, but at that point, you have to do whatever they want, right? You can't disturb them. That's a sin. That's a crime. It's illegal, if I may say so myself. Gosh, plans for next year. Oh my gosh. Oh, it is of course illegal to move when you are cat resting place. Indeed. Indeed. That's how I got stuck on a couch for 3 hours. Because little Quentin was sleeping just like in the corner next to my leg while I was playing Magic. And so I had to sit in that exact spot for 3 hours. Of course, people in the room were being so loud, so every time like someone would like make a really loud noise, he'd just be like, "Hello?" And I'm just like, no, it's okay. Hush. Hush now. Sleep, my friend. Sleep, my little boy. Magic and Cats, I need that. It was really good. It was really great. But alright, let's talk New Year's resolutions, everyone. New Year's resolutions. So let's see where we are, what we're doing. So let's do some of this. I'll get my fancy little not that's the wrong side to this. My little bubble, if you will. My little box. I have some resolutions for myself. And number 1 on this list is make art for myself.
Refresh yourselves.
And have more sippies, as is law. But yeah, my goal for 2023 is to like not wait for oh my god, the years, time. 2024. My goal for 2024 is to not do a single commission out of necessity. Anyway, I'm willing to do commissions for my friends, for things that I want to draw, things that I like. But I do not want to advertise commissions a single day in 2024. Like, not once do I want to do that. I want to draw for myself. I want to illustrate my world. I want to do giveaways. I want to like do stuff for the community. I want to make art on my schedule and do what I want to do. And so that is the dream. Bad news for someone who's been clawing at the commission gate since at least August. Oh no. Well, listen, I did say work for some friends could be negotiated, but I'm not going to just open broadly commissions. Hopefully, for the month of 2024. For the month? Oh my god. Oh my god. Did I sleep enough? For the year of 2024. Wowie. Wowie. That's a dream. That's a dream. And I have to lean this way so I'm not like covered up by the box. Yeah, time sure is a thing. Do you ever sleep though? Staying awake till 5 a.m.? Shh. Shh. We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that, Shadow Phoenix. Perfect timing for music change. Ooh. Yeah, little change in vibe there. But yeah, that's my number one. And so that kind of bleeds into number two on my list is I want to add more stuff to my online store. Like I want to add more listings, more offerings to my Etsy shop, which I currently use to sell emotes. The box is the only thing saving you from a shrimp check. Oh, I know. we just gotta lean this way. Oh, maybe like I can sit straight up in my chair, but I can just be like this. I can just be like this. And there we go, and that works.
Refresh yourselves.
Oh, but nothing can save me from the sips, of course. But yes, I do indeed have an Etsy shop. But I've had the same, I think, 5 listings in there for well over a year at this point, I think. So I'd like to add more things to it. I'd like to make more emotes. I'd like to make more packs, like sticker packs, emote packs, things that I can sell on Etsy, just like as passive income. Because like I've had five listings, and they're pretty niche. Like they are Final Fantasy 14 emotes. But they've been like a pretty good, steady, consistent stream of like small passive income. The flood consumeth regardless of box or plea, feeble mortal. Yes, indeed. But yeah, I'd love to make stream overlays, like custom overlays, stickers, emotes, things like that. Because like my current set of emotes like do pretty well just as they are. If I could have even more stuff in there, like more generic stuff, more not like generic, but more open, less like specifically niche items, like that could sell for even more. I'd have to rely on commissions even less, and that'd be really awesome. So just having like a solid source of passive income, passive sales, things that I don't really have to manage, things I don't have to do anything. I just make them, upload them, and I'm done. Make it, upload it, people pay $10 for it, they get it. I don't have to interact. And that's been really great. And so I'm hoping I can work on that. And kind of like in the same vein, I'd really like to work on my Ko-fi offerings a little bit more as well. I actually need to check something because I know I have a command for support. Okay, cool. So if you check these out, we have a Ko-fi. It's basically Patreon, but not. I'm trying to switch over to that. But yeah, if you sign up for my Ko-fi, you get a couple little perks. You get a fancy role in my Discord server, fancy channel in my Discord server. And you also will get access to like special content on World Anvil that I'm still working on. Still working on. It will be my 2024 resolution to actually flesh that out and make it a proper viewing experience for my patrons, as it were. And there's also my Etsy shop, so if you want to check that out, you know, follow it, whatever. That's also super appreciated. You can see some extra fantastic good boys there. Some sweet offerings like my little Frogies and my and my little Namazu friend here. Oh gosh, where am I? I had a lot less of these emotes actually on here than I thought I did. Would that be that certain world? No. No, that one. No, that will be public, of course, once I actually get around to it. But I'm talking like content within my worlds. I will click that list so darn fast. but I'm talking about like Malcora's deep lore, things like that. Those are things I'm trying to set up to be extra exciting for patrons. Like kind of like a closer look at the world and how things go, right? Right, in my Etsy shop you can find packs of these little emote boys. Just put them in the chat right there. But we have Poro Rogo, or or I should say Pierogi Rogo. He is my good boy Pierogi. And we have Gyoza, the Namazu. I have plans to make more emotes of Final Fantasy characters like this. So Gyoza is my little Namazu OC, and Pierogi is my little Rogo OC. And I started with Gyoza, and I was like, he's so cute. But then I started making my little frog guy, and I was like, what if I have like a dumpling theme? And so now we have these two boys named after different dumplings. So now I have to start thinking about what else. Like if I make like a little Moogle, and I name him Shumai, because they're just like they're small, round, and puffy. So I think that'd be really cute. I think that'd be really fun. But no, like that's absolutely what the thing that I want to work on is my Etsy shop and my Ko-fi. So yeah. Number 3, I have a new world that I'm going to be working on during 2024, and that one I'm very excited about. I do not currently have more details to share. I do not currently have more to share on this front right now. However, did I hear New World? You did. You did. You absolutely did. But that brings me. I'm very hyped. Ooh. Yes, absolutely. Everyone panic. No. No panic. No panic. We're going to move on to what's coming. What's coming in 2024. We are rapidly approaching our affiliate anniversary. The anniversary not only of me beginning to stream, but also, oh, JC Bloom, hello, thank you for following. How are you? Welcome. But my affiliate anniversary is coming up soon. I believe the 18th of January is when I received that email, that magical email that says, hey, welcome to the affiliate program. You are now a Twitch affiliate. Congratulations. Thought I was already following. Oh, that's okay. That happens to me all the time. I cannot tell you how embarrassed I was when I figured out that a streamer that I'd been watching the streamer. I even had a sub badge for the streamer because I kept getting like gifted subs from being in their chat. It took me 6 months to realize that I wasn't actually following them. So that's something. I literally waited until they were offline so that I could follow them. Because Because I was like, I, I was like, I don't want them to think I'm weird. Oh my gosh, yeah. But yeah, no worries. It's there's so much on the internet to manage. And of course, I'm just an anxiety elemental, so I was like, I need to do this on the down low. I need to cover up my tracks. Yeah, let's pretend I've always been a follower. Exactly. Like they don't need to know. I mean, they're gonna know, but they don't need to know that in the moment. But no, yeah, not mention it. Exactly. Don't mention it. Don't say anything. But towards the end of this month, I would like to plan a little celebration, some kind of celebration of my streamiversary celebration, because I actually, in my year in review, I actually didn't mention kind of like the more important thing. Because I glazed over January really quickly. In January of last year is when I started streaming for the first time. Like I had my very first streams, I believe my first ever was on the 6th of January, which would be like tomorrow. So tomorrow, happy anniversary me. First stream. um and yeah, so not long after that, I think about 2 weeks after that, I hit affiliate, and that's really awesome. So towards the end of this month, I would love to have a little celebration for that. I I implore any of you, just if you have any ideas for what the celebration could look like, what you'd love to do. Anniversary stream tomorrow? Yeah, it could be a little bit of an anniversary stream. I just don't have anything planned for tomorrow, which is the thing. Um, and I was about to say, thank you, Moobot, for kicking in right there. If you join my Discord server, I am more than happy to hear any of your ideas for, what you'd want to do or what you'd want to see for like a little anniversary celebration stream. Um, this celebration is probably not going to happen tomorrow, although we will have a little woohoo for our anniversary tomorrow, of course. But if we want to go celebrate the affiliate anniversary with something special, I would love to hear your thoughts on what that could entail, what we could do. Um, we could find some games that we might want to play. Just like as a group. I don't know that I have a lot of multiplayer games. I'll be honest with you. We could do some fun world building stuff. We could design some stuff together. Just any number of things could happen. So I might try to do like the tiniest little itty bitty, ittiest bittiest subathon. Subathon. There are Discord activities, right? There are Discord activities. I've never used them before though. Never once have I used those. We'll see. We'll see. Anything is possible. But as part of the celebration, I would like to set some kind of goal, something that we can achieve. Something that would be kind of like the little trigger point for the grand reveal of my new world. And so towards the end of this month, we might do this, and we'll get to reveal the new world. And so that's exciting. That's something to think about. I don't know. We might even push it off till February. Never know. Because what would be more fun than like a birthday reveal stream, right? Yeah, because you know what? I'm thinking about it actually. Genuinely. Both of the weekends, both of the weekends surrounding my affiliate anniversary, I'm busy. So I'm actually not going to be here streaming those weekends. So at the end of the month, might not work. But I'm not ready to reveal it right now. Like, I do not have anything prepared. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Nothing is ready. And so, I'm thinking, what if we do Well, because also February. February is my birthday. That's my birthday month. I would love to run a little birthday subathon, essentially. Not exactly a subathon. I don't think I'm quite prepared for exactly what that entails. However, I would love to do a little birthday streamathon, set some goals, some sub goals, some donation goals, and just kind of have a birthday bash celebrating not only my birthday, but also my streamer anniversary, my affiliate anniversary, and also like the start of a brand new world on World Anvil. That sounds fun. It's February, yeah. I mean, the time is gonna fly by so quickly. I guarantee it. The weeks just they just go. The weeks just happen. So it's gonna be here before we even realize. Yeah, we're gonna get this box off the screen. So it is the shrimps. The shrimp checks are now in full season. Oh god, dip for a bit. Brother's birthday present finally came. Want to be there when he unpacks it. Oh yeah, it's so exciting. Be back soon, hopefully. Absolutely. Well, we'll be here for another 40 or so minutes, approximately. But yeah, we'll have that to look forward to.
Refresh
And the
yourselves.
little sip, thank you. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to a lot of things that I'm going to be doing in 2024. The world is my oyster. The world is absolutely my oyster. There's so many different things that I want to do and so many different things that I can do. And so I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see where it goes, what happens, and just what we can achieve. And I'm so excited to have all of you guys, every single one of you, just hanging out with me all the time. Like it is so appreciated. Like a year ago today, I did not think that I would just be having such a good time, just streaming, writing, doing all this creative stuff. Well, it's time for me to dip. Big tired, need to get up early. And that's for a Saturday morning. Oh, have lots of fun. Thank you, Shadow Phoenix. You're absolutely wonderful. Go get some rest. I will see you another time. Tomorrow, perhaps. But yeah, and it's like it's really meant a lot to have like so much support from you, from the community, from the World Anvil community as well. Um, things are just really great. You know, we've had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of downs, so many. Um, we don't need to think about those right now.
Refresh yourselves.
And thank you, Katoi Poi. Ugh. Yeah, lots of ups and downs, but all of you guys being here has been like a huge up. Like things are amazing. And just there's so much love and enthusiasm in this community, in just everything that we do here. And so I just want to give you a gigantic big fat thank you for being here and for supporting me and for supporting each other. Like it brings me so much joy seeing all like the nice chats like towards each other, not even like I don't even have to be involved. Like you guys are just so nice to each other and supporting each other. It's great. And hearing that you guys are so productive in this space, you know, and we're actually doing productive things and not just chatting. Like all the productivity, all the great things that you guys are making and putting together and sharing. It's like it's so good. Just notice the follower goal, yeah. um it had to happen. It had to happen. But yes, on the topic of followers, like thank you guys so much for helping me reach 400 followers in my first year of streaming. Like I had no idea what I was doing when I got started with this, and you know now I'm like, you know we're getting up there. We're a couple above 400 now. Current follower goal is 420. Is nice. Why not, right? It's been such an adventure, and I'm really looking forward to all the different things that I can do to kind of like change up my streams, to improve them, to make them like more fun or more interactive, or just any number of things. Just like make sure that you guys are having like a great time whenever you come in here. So we'll try to do more more writing streams, more drawing streams. I would love to do some like community challenges, like, just us. Um, we'll have to see how that goes. All these different plans that we might have. I have some plans cooking. Just gotta make them happen, right? And we'll get there. We'll get there. I know we will. Eventually, it's gonna be a little bit of a slow process because I am a chronically tired, chronically overwhelmed pigeon. Um, so some of the things that I plan, like even if I have everything kind of like under control, they just don't pan out exactly the way I wanted them to because maybe I didn't have the ability to finish something that I really wanted to do, or like I just ran out of time, or just any number of things. Um, we're having one of those years, right? You know, past couple months really, where like, sitting down and actually doing work is like really hard. um, but we're doing what we can, right? And that's really all we can do. It's all we can ask of ourselves. Just to do our best. Try and do what we can. And I think overall I've been like doing a pretty good job in that regard. Like, things are good. Things are more or less on the up, even if there are a couple things on the down like at the same time. It's like a net positive, right? Like some things are down, but things are like a lot more up, right? It's like I'm trying to do my little hands. But it's yeah, like things are good. Things are fun. Oh, hello. Yeah, so we really have achieved a lot in 2023. And now it's 2024, it's a whole new year. I think things can only go up from here, really, right? Like we've been doing so much. And like look at me. I have all these new achievements. I have all these plans. I have a brand new setup. I have everything. Things are starting off on such a good foot. And I just hope that I can take that good start and make something great out of it. Like something like turning the good into great. Making something fantastic. I have like this brand new start. Oh. And also if I could stop being so sleepy, that'd be fantastic. That'd be really nice, in fact. But some things just cannot be helped. Don't mind me if I'm sniffy. It's constant. I think I just have I think rather than having like a cat allergy that's messing with my life, it's just winter allergies. Because basically, as soon as it started getting colder, I've just been constantly dying. It's wild. It's rough. I wish it wasn't like this, but what can you do, really? And so yeah, we're pushing for big things. So a lot of that's going to be me planning for things. I have some art to make on the down low, a little on the hush hush side of things. At least until February. So we're gonna be planning. We're gonna be planning for something big in February. Big celebration, little adventure. And so yeah, we're gonna hope for the best. Oh, and what I need to do. We're going to have emote raffles for everyone who contributed to my Extra Life campaign last year. And we're gonna do basically the same thing this year. As soon as I sign up for Extra Life, get everything set up for this for 2024. After we raise $100, every $50 is going to be an emote raffle for all participants, all donors. So that's a lot of fun. I have, I think, 3 emotes to raffle off for this past year. And so that's really exciting. Keep an eye on the Discord announcements for that. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Like we'll pick names out of a hat or something. I don't know. Just I feel like a randomizer is just the best way to go. But still. um and so if you did not contribute to the Extra Life campaign this past year, alas, it is too late. But for next year, I think it'd be really fun to keep that tradition going. And so, yeah, that's something to look forward to in the coming weeks. I'm gonna wait until I wrap up a couple things because I just have like a couple arts that I need to finish, a couple things I need to do. And I just don't want to like tack on more individual pieces and projects until I kind of wrap up the finalities of 2023. And you know, the number of times that I've accidentally said 2023 instead of 2024 and vice versa, I really had a moment where I just looked at like the bottom of my screen right here where it says hi 2024. I was like, what if I had streamed this entire time and it said 2023? I would have felt so goofy. I would have felt so silly. But it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. It says 2024. I'm smart. I'm capable. I do great things. But no, we're good. We're good. We're smart. Oh gosh, you're good. Yeah, we're fantastic. We're off to a great start. And I mean that genuinely. We are actually doing fine. It's just that doesn't translate very well to how I've been speaking this entire stream. It's just mixing up all the words. So when I said the month of 2024, I'm like, what does that even mean? I don't know, some parts of 2023 felt like a month. Like just like a large chunk of it, just like that was 1 month. And then 1 month of 2023 felt like an entire year. I don't know. Time is something. It sure is. Um oh my goodness. Yeah, okay, so there's something I want to show. I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted that to be. Ooh, sleepy. Stop it. I'm trying to infect you all with my yawns. Oh no, my eyeballs, no. I'm on a struggle train today. Just on an absolute struggle train. No, I don't know. We can, I think I'd like to show off some of my favorite articles, some of my highlights from World Ember, and I think that'd just be like a good way to go about this. Just exploring some of the things I'm really excited about, things I managed to do. It's like, World Ember is still so fresh. It just happened. We need to vote on who gets the fancy awards, the fancy community awards. But here she is, my pride and joy of World Ember, my primer. And so I do implore all of you to just kind of come check it out on your own time whenever you feel like you just need to sit down and have a little read. There are a lot of different articles kind of like interspersed within this one article, so it's kind of like a whole gigantic reading experience. I could do a whole dramatic reading if that is something that you're interested in. As we just go through this entire thing. I could even read off of the map, just give you like a full narrated experience. This art, these two little illustrations that I did during my streams. Was it last week? It was last week, wasn't it? Back when I had my like four whole days of streaming. That's insane, by the way, for me. It's just 4 days in a row. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, 4 days of streaming. That's not something I've done before, I don't think. I think the most streams I've done in a week is 3. Potentially. I think I did something crazy. I think I did like 4 streams in a week in my first ever week of streaming. But that's because I was like, I had an itinerary and I had like specific things to get done in a certain time frame. So I was like, yeah, we're gonna do that. But all right, I'll do a little reading for you. Because I realize I wrote all of this, but I haven't sat down to Just like read it, like as a reader, sit down and read it. Must stream 24/7. Don't stream 24/7. um, yeah, but I'll get into some actual streaming advice. As a streamer, you do not want to spend more time streaming than you do anything else. Content creation and other things are far more important than actually sitting down and streaming. I have to run, have sippy. Oh, goodbye, Katoy Poi.
Refresh
Have a
yourselves.
wonderful, wonderful day. Oh, and I'll have my sip, thank you. But yes, you are invited into a small, dusty library. As you enter the dusty library, well maintained but with ample contents left idle too long, you find a small tome, a history book in the making. Rather, a reference book on the world beyond Arsavella. You leaf through its contents gently, the pages of the tome surprisingly brittle for a project still in the works today. The keeper of this space, who invited you to indulge your quest for knowledge, toils away nearby, and you hear the clinking of glass bottles and the tapping of pencils against their old wooden desk. There is no rest for the old cartographer, as he endeavors to salvage an ink-stained map you both know to be a lost cause. Sounds of the turning of pages, parchment dragging against other sheets, and the clattering of containers fill the space as you realize this may be the most busy this library has been in quite some time. Most of the tome yet remains blank, but you see several pieces of parchment stuffed between its pages with plans for future contents. Headers on these notes show plans for sections dedicated to the kingdom, to world maps and geography, and even to magic and the gods. You flip back to the first page and notice you had unintentionally skipped over a page which does not have which does have contents of its own, a foreword dedicated to the reader. And there it is. Foreword. There is great power to be found throughout this world, but so many remain blissfully unaware of the land's innate magical qualities. End quote. Many mysteries abound within this world of Malcora, and it has been our mission as scholars of the land to unearth them, that we may share the bounty of knowledge with our people. My name is Tenelin B. Duarte, former royal cartographer of Castle Amsa and academic advisor to the Arsaces monarchy. Though my titles have washed away in the kingdom's bloody changing of hands, my expertise in worldly affairs should be considered unmatched, as my position as of yet remains unfilled. A shame to see Arsavella's academics begin to plummet into veils and ignorance. The purpose of this document is to share with intrepid adventurers what lies beyond the borders of our kingdom of Arsavella, as you will find the lands beyond to be quite different from our dear Kingdom of Autumn. By the will of our late queen, I will ensure that the people know what lies in the lands beyond, that they will not fear the unknown, but embrace it with love and curiosity as my students once did, as I hope you, reader, will as well. And there he is, that's his little portrait, right here. Wahoo. I'm just so excited about this having art. And we continue. Just as you prepare to flip the page to the contents following the foreword, you hear the sound of wood scraping against the floorboards as the cartographer rises from his working desk to approach you. Placing one hand on your shoulder and the other upon the book in your hands, he bids you set the book down gently upon the table from which you picked it up. Ah, Seeker, this text isn't prepared for reading, but I see you are interested in knowing of the world beyond our kingdom's borders. Am I correct? A new gleam in his eyes almost seems to catch you off guard. His expressions up until this point were rather tired. I thought you might be in here looking for books on Atramus. Of course I have them, but... His expression sours just briefly before brightening again, remembering the topic of your interest. I will tell you everything I know. The information is still all in here, you see. The cartographer points a finger to his head with a chuckle and a warm smile, then gestures to his workbench, upon which his great restoration project sits, an ink-stained map of Malcora. Breathing a sigh laced with a newly ignited determination, he points to a clean section of the map. Here. We start here. And this is our map. Many of you may already be familiar with this, because I finished this map around this time last year. And now it has a permanent home in my world, which is really exciting. And so I don't mind sharing it again. I'm sure some people are new here. It's like, you are here. As he introduces you to the map and to the continent of Nefirin, he points you to this location first. Of course you knew where in the world you were already, but this map looks so different from the ones you've seen around Arsavella in recent years. Clicking on things, and yes, Nefirin. Nefirin is the name given to one of the major land masses of Malcora, often hailed as the world's western lands. Separated into sections of northeast, central, west, and southern Nefirin, the landmass is comprised of numerous regions further defined by subregions and settlements scattered all throughout the world. So we have some story bits and things. And yes, absolutely unreadable. You're almost tempted to swipe your finger through this ink as though you could wipe it all away and reveal the full map, but you know there is no helping with this half-dried ink already bleeding through the parchment. It has made half or more of the map unreadable, and the little footprints have only served to spread the ink further to other parts of the parchment, leaving you only what's on the left side. A shame. A shame indeed. And we have little paw prints. Mark of the culprit. Well, at least it's rather clear what must have caused this little spill of ink, as the culprit has taken a leisurely stroll through the wreckage, leaving prints all over it. Ah, to be so carefree as a mischievous feline companion. I wish I could be so carefree. And we see in the aftermath, oh god, that zoomed in a lot further than I wanted it to. Yes, yet another painstakingly hand-drawn map of the world destroyed at the careless paws of the stubborn little creature. At the price of ink, I start to wonder if this line of work is worth the heartbreak. Gods know I won't forsake my dear companion, however destructive. And yes, a hastily written note. A piece of parchment rests upon the ruined section of the map, the ink pooled below slowly bleeding through the fibers of the leaflet. Hastily scrawled handwriting fills this page with a passionate statement of dismay. It is clear that the writer benefits greatly from journaling their thoughts. It is true. I do also benefit from that. The toppled bottle of ink. Rich brown ink continues to drip from this toppled glass bottle, and your heart aches slightly as you note the quality of the substance. This was no bargain shop crafting reagent. The quality of the now ruined map beneath might have informed you of this just as well. So where are we as well? Here. How did the ink even spread up here? You start to ask the question, and before most of it even manages to pass your lips, the cartographer points, at first, to a rather large feline grooming itself in the corner, then plants his finger on one of the large paw prints scattered about the parchment. So this little creature has caused some major mischief, major mayhem. So let's dive in to some of these regions. So we have all these little pins that you can activate. So here we are. We still have a lot of Mid-Journey art in here that I would like to get rid of, but of course I made this like last year before it was quite as problematic. Yes, the Kingdom of Arsavella. This is where we are in this little story beat. The fields of rolling green offer bountiful harvests, but for how much longer? The Kingdom of Arsavella is a group of regions in northeastern Nefirin, making up a large portion of the continent's far eastern reaches. Claiming the title of oldest kingdom in all of Malcora, these lands are dominated by rolling fields and scattered farmsteads, overseen by their shared capital, Aurel. And our next-door neighbors, Urus Brianna. Kingdom in the mountains, key to passage to her sister within the western lands. And Urus Brianna is a region in northern Nefirin occupying the lands east of the Ronsoril mountain range, in addition to much of the mountain's eastern purchase. Known for having a robust mining industry, many of eastern Nefirin's natural earthen resources are procured within the mountains of this region. And we see her sister in the western lands, Urus Halna. Foxes roam the rolling hills, they hide and seek the prey of the valley. It's just a little flavor text, it's fun. But Urus Halna is a region in northeastern Nefirin, situated between the towering cliffs and peaks of central Nefirin's caldera and the western face of the Ronsoril mountain range. Sister nation to Urus Brianna, it is said that in ancient times these regions were one contiguous open land, until powerful forces caused the mountains to rise between them, an obstacle they never permitted to break them apart. So these are just two sister nations that just like they've clung to each other. They're not gonna let some silly little mountains break them up. No, sir. So we have these lands in the north, Balogor. Deep within the decaying forest lie the frozen remnants of what once was. Balogor is a region far north of northeast Nefirin and is known to have once been the ancient home of Korra, the Ascended for whom the world was named in the new era. Welcome back, Nino. How are you? We're doing a full read through of my primer and the map attached. Time to realign my burb. Yes, good. Despite the presence of a large river cutting the land between this region and Uris-Halna, there is no clearly defined border between the two, and Uris-Braina often claims southern Balogor to be an extension of their own forests. They don't want anything too much more north than that, because things get weird up there. Just little spoilers. I'd say spoilers because I haven't written about it yet. At least I don't think so. Anything could have happened, really. But Nimavi, forests of ancient history and magic, peacefully hidden in plain sight from prying eyes. Nimavi is a densely forested region in northeastern Nefirin, occupying a large portion of the subcontinent's southern reaches. The forests which make up Nimavi are known by most as the Hearthwood, as a nod to the region being the ancestral homeland of the Nimada, among other smaller groups of ley-blood humans. And Leech Sea. This is one I want to write a lot more about. I started it during summer camp, but I didn't actually develop it very much, and it's kind of just like still a giant block of text. Most unfortunate. Yes, the blood in the water will quickly become yours if you don't mind your step. Leech Sea is a region composed of flooded plains with stagnant marshes and shadowed swamps scattered throughout. With its environment wholly unfavorable to travelers, very few pass through this land, leaving its denizens to live without outside influence, except for those who reside in the southern ports. You know life is good when you're like getting excited about your own world building. In the caldera, from immense forces of fiery destruction, eventually spawns abundant life. That is what's happened here. The caldera is, as it sounds, a caldera left in central Nefirin by an immense ancient volcano. Now dormant, the cliffs of this caldera now surround lands of abundant water and house numerous populations. Home to one of the largest populations of Tideheart Iskani, the Oracle of the Tideheart is said to reside in one of the major settlements found within the caldera. And this caldera is large enough to basically be a country, so when we say one of the settlements, it could be anywhere. And here we go down to Everbright. Everbright's one of my favorite regions that I've made so far. Like I just think it's cool. I think it's neat, and I hope one of these days I'll be able to just like go dive in and write more about it. But in a region where the sun never seems to set, how can an adventurer truly find rest? Everbright is a region in southern Nefirin in which the leyline of revelation emerges. From its heart extending to its borders, the region is cast in bright lights, its terrain largely open, and the wildlife within often appearing as sun-bleached as the lands they inhabit. Due to the nature of light magic, it is extremely difficult to conceal oneself here. Instead, inhabitants rely on traits such as great size, speed, or powerful defenses to keep themselves safe. So these are traits of the wildlife, and in fact some of the humans. And Vinarsa. The goddess treads on wide palm leaves, plucking prayers as fruit from each vine. I don't know, something about that phrase, that quote that I wrote, just, it tickles me. I like it. Verb is close enough to its perch. Now put full attention to snazzy map, heck yeah. Yeah, Vinarsa is the northernmost region within southern Nefirin, connecting the southern and central sections of the continent. Home to the Church of Dawn, this land of mixed jungles and grasslands is a haven for refugees from all walks of life, who often come to make their home within Illeta or the church itself. Oh, and I'm doing a lot of talking, so I gotta take my little sips. Clear my throat a little tiny bit. And Undmar. There are few places in which being the son of a fisherman is seen as a high honor. Undmar is a large island region situated in the Great Bay, east of where southern and central Nefirin meet. And of course, little sips. Can't have that now, can we? Of course not. Having faced recent civil war, What was once a large nation split into two, leaving behind newly formed nations Tilbund and Sticker. And we have the Earthen Kingdoms. Our lands rise ever nearer to the heavens, and we shall follow in their ascent. The Earthen Kingdoms is a region in southern Nefirin composed of several mountain nations, Populations in the Earthen Kingdoms can be found from the highest peaks down to the caverns below. The kingdoms occupy lands in which the ley line of abeyance, I have to change that name, the ley line of tenacity now, emerged and both elevated and strengthened the stony terrain. Though means have been devised to aid in travel between different nations, travel between them yet remains difficult. And we have Volcan, an expanse of black stone and lava as unforgiving as those who adapted to live within. Volcan is a region located in southern Nefirin, bordering Everbright to its south. Known for its constant volcanic activity and volatile environment, few choose to journey through it, much less make it their home. Housing the craft-loving Volcan people, the primary exports of this region include impeccable glasswork and masonry crafted from volcanic glass and stones plentiful in the volcanic environment. And the final region, Yulrorim. Darkness knocks upon your door. How long can you possibly hope to keep it out? Yulrorim is a region occupying the southernmost tip of Nefirin, clashing against the crumbling cliffs south of the Earthen Kingdoms. These null magic lands, as some have come to call them, spell certain death or worse for leyborn travelers. Though these lands now exist as wastelands drained of all magical influence, historical records lead historians to believe that Yulrorim was once the jewel of the ancient Empire of Ether. Spooky. Yeah, she's a little spooky. And then there is this region down here. But what's this one? You ask about this yet unmarred continent, but the cartographer simply shakes his head. He clearly is not willing to speak to you about this land. Perhaps he had a rough history with it. So there's some plot to set up. But there she is. That's the whole thing. We do have a couple settlements, a couple sub-regions scattered throughout. So, we can mention the Savellan Northlands, lands in which farmers are king and familial disputes make up the bulk of local politics. The Savellan Northlands make up the bulk of Kingdom of Arsavella's agricultural lands, agriculture being its primary industry and a major contributor to the nature of its culture as a whole. Those who reside in the southernmost section of this region are largely members of Arsavella's most influential farming families, who appear to have developed a persisting concern over the encroaching Malakaj barons, which their capital is denying. It's all politics, right? Aurel does. Oh yeah. No, don't hit the other pins on the way up. Yes, there we go. Aurel, how marvelous to live within the city of silver and gold in all its splendor and beauty. The city of Aurel is the capital of the Kingdom of Arsavella, sitting among its subregions as a fellow nation of its own. Once home to the Arsachi's monarchy, this city is now lorded over by the Alabaster Hand. Once a welcoming and open city, the instability of its governance violently changing hands has made the city more tense than it ever was before, and the Alabaster Hand itself has proven to lack the warmth of the monarchy before it. Yeah, it speaks to something I think the fantasy people sometimes not focus on enough. He who controls the food controls the world. Yeah, basically. And Aurel is absolutely controlling basically everything. Or, we don't know if they control it, but they are absolutely controlling the way people speak of it. And down south we have, of course, the Malakaj Barons. Once lovingly named for a beloved queen, now spitefully named now that she is gone. The Malakaj Barons are a region in the Kingdom of Arsavella known primarily for becoming progressively more arid and harsh as the years go by. Once named to honor the late Queen of Arsavella, the region is now named in distaste for her, a decision made by the now ruling Alabaster Hand. Who'd have thunk it, right? And the Brinevale Forest. You can certainly taste the salt in the wind the moment you stray from the path ahead. The Brinevale Forest is a region within the Kingdom of Arsavella named for the salt water it carries on the breeze from the northern shores of Nefirin. The roads to this region connect the Savellan and Urisian kingdoms, and many will take these roads on pilgrimage to Uris Brianna's Church of the New Dawn. And the Hearthwild. It is dangerous where the raw and filtered force of magic meets the tenacity of the wilds. The Hearthwild is an ancient forest located deep within Nimavi, in which the convergence of two emerging ley lines has produced a climate wildly uncharacteristic to the region in which it is situated. The forests of Nimavi and Arsavella quickly transition into something more akin to jungles, dense and brimming with biodiversity unseen in the surrounding lands. Strange things and people live within. And the Velen Reef. It's another place that I'd like to write about because I think it's just cool and magical, like a magical coral reef. Ooh. Magic trails up through the water along the corals and kelps growing skyward. The Velen Reef is a large coral reef off the coast of Nimavi, known by some to be the northern sister to the Gilded Reef, stewarded by the Tilbari of Undmar. Due to the unfriendly reception to travelers in the Gilded Reef, the waters beside the Velen Reef see the vast majority of travelers seeking passage to the shores west of Undmar. Brimming with magical creatures, most of these travelers aim to sail as far south through these waters as possible. So yeah, they're like hugging the Undmar coastline as they go. they're not going right through here. They're going like down here. So they don't want any beef, and they don't want to encounter whatever the hell is down there. So we do have the Ivory Sanctum. We welcome all the lost and wounded, and those who need a light to shine upon them. The Ivory Sanctum is the principal monastery of the Church of Dawn, the largest and most accommodating to those in need. Run by those devoted to the New Dawn, the Sanctum's aim is to spread hope and kindness to the world. Located in Vinarsa, north of the Great Crossing, the Sanctum includes both monastic studies, monastic structures, and settlement geared towards providing temporary housing and for those in need of a new start. So, of course, Vasra is the goddess of hope and new beginnings, rebirth. So, that's exactly what they try to offer to people. Renewed hope, a new start, something fresh, getting people back on their feet again. So we have the city of Oleta as well. This is in Vinarsa. The faithful are rewarded, the kind and just healed of their wounds and woes. Oleta is the capital city of Vinarsa, a holy city to the Church of Dawn. Bestowed upon it was an artifact of the New Dawn, a relic of an old saint, which was the subject of a great conflict with the city's neighbor, Kintelen. Located just south of the Great Crossing, it is common for travelers of faith to make trips between Oleta and the Church of Dawn's Ivory Sanctum. But I do think that one of the fun little parallels in my world is like we have the Alabaster Hand, which Alabaster is like it's white, it's stark white. Alabaster Hand and Ivory Sanctum. Two very faith-based, church-based things focused on like this like kind of white this like white holy purity kind of thing. But they have very different aims. They have very different ways of working. But, of course, they will both claim that they are working in the best interests of the people. One of them seems to be a little more keen on actually helping people than the other, though. But Kintelen, disgrace marks those who strike a neighbor in jealousy, to take that which they were given. Kintelen is a settlement in Vinarsa, a near neighbor to the larger city of Oleta to its east. Once considered a holy city of the New Dawn alongside its neighbor, this title was revoked by the church after a conflict they brought upon Oleta. In the wake of this conflict, the two neighboring cities bear great distrust for one another, and there is no telling if or when this relationship may be mended. But basically what happened is the Church of Dawn bestowed upon Oleta this relic of the New Dawn. And Kintelen did not receive this, and they took that personally. They sieged the city. They tried to take it for themselves, and when the church saw what was happening, they're like, whoa, Whoa, hey, guy. You can't be doing that. That's literally kind of like entirely what we're against. And like we were kind of gonna give you one, but now we're not gonna do that. Your burb is dead. Yeah, you gotta keep feeding the burb. Feed the burb with chatter and sippies. I think sippies also work. But we have I just clicked on it by accident, but whatever. We have Hevat. Hevat is the capital city of Everbright. Oh, hold on. City life never truly sleeps in a place where the sun shines ever bright upon it. So much responsibility. I know, I know. Yeah, Hivat is the capital city of Everbright, built around a great crystalline nexus of radiant magic, which has steadily grown since the emergence of the Leyline of Revelation in Everbright. A true city that never sleeps, the constant presence of the sun makes the whole of Hivat a lively place, no matter the hour. Let's jump on over. Well, this is a whole article, we're not getting into that right now. But the capital of Bolkan, Kamigan. In the city of black glass, where craft is king, it is the artisans who rule. Kamigan is the capital city of Bolkan, housing the majority of the Bolkeen people, known by some as the City of Black Glass. Oh, that's a separate sentence. Housing the majority of the Bolkeen people. Period. Known by some as the City of Black Glass, Kamigan dominates the southern skyline of the region. Crafters are king in this city, which is governed in equal part by the Speaker's Council and the Black Glass Consortium, the latter of which is a business collective comprised of Kamigan's premier crafting guilds. And it is the Black Glass Consortium because glass crafters in Bolkan are among the most revered of the crafters. And so it is in their name that the consortium was named. And we have the settlement of Meroon. All of the stone within the region had to come from somewhere, don't you think? Meroon is a settlement in Bolkan known for its quarries, which collect copious amounts of volcanic stone. Best known for producing a commendable amount of Bolkeen andesite in particular, the settlement is one which does not remain in one location for long, instead traveling in a rotation around the central volcanoes of the region. I need to master chronicles and maps. So much stuff you can fit on one beautiful page. I know, exactly. That's like, it's so cool. And like, this isn't even a chronicle. I could do so much more. I could have different versions of this map. I could have different pins for different eras. I also need to manage chronicles in particular. I have a chronicle that I started, for not last year, but the year before for the On the Shoulders of Giants challenge. And I think like it was pretty good. I just didn't use it to like to its full capabilities, you know what I mean? But we'll see. Maybe this year. Maybe this year we'll have a fantastic chronicle to add to our world. But the settlement of Enkana, where those who curse the sunlight shall spurn you for finding relief of it. Enkana is a settlement in northern Balkan housing many Bexarim, south of the mountains which stand between their region and Everbright. Home to the Bexarim, these people are bound to their homeland, often to their detriment, as cult activity impacts the quality of life of all residents. So the Bexarim are a group of people who are essentially cursed never to leave their homeland. And so those who want to leave simply cannot. And many of those who remain are falling kind of like to the will of this cult that is forming. And I do wonder what the new system they have in the works is. Remember Demi saying something about a new timeline thing being in the works. I shall not comment on this. I have not the permission to speak upon it. But there are some exciting things happening. Demi is correct. Whatever he has said about it, it's true. It's cool, and it's coming. I'm excited for it. I am. Here we go. Goldport. Goldport is an industrial port city located in Undmar, inhabited largely by fishermen and laborers. The city, inhabited largely by fishermen and laborers, the city is known for its jealously guarded monopoly on the capture and trade of tilbok. This is a type of fish. Staunch protectors of the Gilded Reef, Goldport has sanctioned piracy in the form of privateers who offer no quarter to enemy vessels in the reef. I was just pondering, yes. I would also like to see a lot more of it. Like, I don't have access to it either. So, but I want to play with new things. I want I want to see stuff. It's like I want to do timeline stuff for my world. I just haven't really found I haven't established a timeline for my world really. So putting it into, like, inputting that information into the timeline, I feel like would just be too labor intensive and confusing for me because I don't even have the information down yet. I don't even know what I would put in there. So it's a toughie. But maybe next year. No, I mean we have a lot of things that we're saying maybe next year too, or this year I guess. But I don't know, maybe next year. We'll have to. We'll just wait and see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what we have time for. And Sticker, where do you find yourself in the wake of war fought over golden scales? Sticker is a sub-region of Undmar, housing the once great former capital of Undmar, when the region yet remained one unified nation. On the losing side of the Gold War, Sticker faces rapid decline as some of its wealthiest families and patrons migrate to greener pastures in the wake of the war and its losses. So they got beat up mentally, physically, emotionally, financially by all the fishermen who live in Goldport. Because essentially what Sticker tried to do was just like tax the ever-loving fuck out of these people on like their chief and primary import. So they were getting rich off of Goldport's hard work, while the people in Goldport were now struggling to like eat. So they were like, yeah, we're good. We don't want to do that anymore. And so in comes Civil War. A big bad evil government actually lost for once, which is really exciting. And now they're two nations. And Sticker is just like rapidly declining because all the people who used to live there that were super rich are like, I don't want to be here anymore. Peace. So that's just how it goes, right? And Lithica, do not forget both the divine and the devils make their homes within the stones. No taxation without representation, basically. Pretty much. Except with a lot less empire. It was actually just one nation. So they kind of technically had representation, they just didn't care enough to actually give them a voice. That mattered anyway. They just kind of made the decision, they're like, yeah. Like, you're part of our nation, pay up. Yes, Lithica is a region located within the Earthen Kingdoms of southern Nefirin, one of the furthest south. Among the closest regions to Yulrorum, many of the southernmost reaches of this region are seldom explored by those who call the Earthen Kingdoms home. Within this region, many believe that beings ranging from strange, insignificant creatures to high deities live within the stones around them, which has spawned different traditions such as stone marking, which can prevent them from going unseen. Oh, neck, please. Yeah, I think that's all of them. That's all the little dots there. So there you go. This is the map that you are shown inside of the primer. Goodness, my dramatic reading has taken so much time. It's already 4 o'clock. That's fine. We'll just finish. We'll just finish reading this. Here, before you sits a map of Malcora, illustrious in its craftsmanship, but utterly ruined by a toppled bottle of ink. The culprit lingers nearby, pacing across the library's many flat surfaces with ink-stained paws. We are here, the kingdom of Arsavella. Your attention snaps back to the map as the cartographer brushes away a hastily scrawled note and sets a finger on an area yet unobscured by ink. The continent, Nefirin. It was not common to see such detailed maps of the land of Arsavella, let alone maps detailing the entire continent around it. Was the world around you always so large? I will go through this entire map with you, if you have the time. But if any regions stick out to you, simply point them out and I will give you a summary of them. I feel like that would have made more sense if we read that before we just looked at the entire map, but yeah. So you just read this, you can look through the entire map. You know, you click on the regions, sub-regions, settlements. I guess that's a little bit out of order, but oh well. But still. And so this links you to the Kingdom of Arsavella, which is like, you know, this is where we are. And this is just a little note that says, turn on the regions layer of the map above to learn more about the different lands which make up Nefirin. This map is best experienced in full-size view. Some pins will have additional reading material attached if you find yourself interested in learning even more. If they don't, request more in the comments. Basically, an NPC you should talk to before the quest, basically. Or it's like skipping the NPC who gives you the tutorial and just like jumping right into the tutorial content. Here we go, an ever-shifting world. Lands unlike any other you've known are depicted on the map. In between the common climates you've come to know and understand are landscapes wrought from forces of which you find yourself wholly unfamiliar. Our world is constantly shifting and changing, you see. The cause of this, and I'm about to use a word you likely only hear in whispers these days, is magic. You've heard tales as a child of magic not of the gods, but such topics have fallen gravely out of favor with the people of Arsavella in recent years. The very mention of it would cast dread upon an entire room, as if you'd cursed all of its inhabitants. Power beyond the domain of even the gods, if you could believe such a thing. Indeed, there is a force of its own which pulses through the ley lines of the world, carried as blood through our own veins. You may take that last statement rather literally as well. That same magic may just flow through your veins. No way of knowing quite yet. Seeing your confusion, he places his hand to his own chest as though seeking his heartbeat. And this section links you to the powers of Malcora, to show you kind of like how does this world work, and to the ley lines because that was just introduced to you. Introduction to the people. This right here is an article that I need to beef up because it is very old and a little outdated, but we'll get there. Ominous, indeed. These powers didn't simply shape our origins; they shape our futures, Seeker. The cartographer gestures once more to the map of Nefirin circling the continent's southern reaches. These lands were altered by magical presence, and their people changed with them. This is a phenomenon we have never observed here in the kingdom. I know not why that is, but know that we are an anomaly in this ever-shifting world. My stomach? Oh my god, I hope you didn't hear that. Humanity is so much more than we think, Seeker. We were shaped by powers more ancient than we can ever know. Children of the gods walk among us, spirits of the world live mundane lives, and hearts of arcane burn quietly, all none the wiser. So that is just our section introducing ancient bloodlines. That every human has one of the three. Every single one. It's just if you live in a place like Arsavella, you're just not going to know which is which. Because you can only really find out by how you react to ley lines. But we dive into unrest in the Kingdom of Autumn. Upon concluding your tour of the continent, you turn your curiosity back to your own homeland. Noticing this, the cartographer begins to collect stray notes and tomes for reference. 3 regions surround us here, each with their own stories to tell. But my, have the stories only darkened with age. You're old enough to remember this, but these lands were once united under the Arsaci's banner. Some reading material, if you're interested. The cartographer pulls open a nearby panel, hidden behind the shelf adjacent to his desk, to reveal a dusty book on which the cover reads, The Arsaci's Family Rule. The hand wouldn't be too pleased to know I held on to this relic. It may be safest in your hands if you're planning to leave the city. Memories of your early life flash through your mind as you tentatively tuck the book into your pack. The Arsacis were kind rulers. That made it much harder to forget the carnage of the royal family's executions you witnessed but a few years ago. As though pulling the memory from your thoughts, the cartographer comments on their end. Deposed they were, branded as heretics and culled. The hand ensured that not a drop of royal blood saw a new dawn. Aurel used to be a historical gem of artistry and academia. Now, there's a long pause before his next words come, and you see he is trying desperately to prevent a deep despair from surfacing and ruining your discussion. Now they aim to dismantle the kingdom brick by brick. mind by mind. And these articles provide further reading into the past and present rulers of the kingdom of Arsavella. So we have the Arsaces family. This is a stub still. The Alabaster Hand. This is an older article that I would also like to, freshen up. And Castle Amsa, also a stub. And the gods watch over us, this section. Having lived in Arsavella your whole life, you are no stranger to faith and prayer. Excuse me. Oh, deep breaths. Faith is a plentiful resource in the kingdom of Arsavella, as those around you have ever called the gods for aid in dark times, and called out in thanks in times of abundance. I shall read it regardless of age. Thank you. Yeah, I want to know more about the hand. I also want to know more about the hand. I need to write more about them, and actually just kind of get their structure down. Let's see. By Vosra's might, we have been lifted from an unfathomable darkness. She earned her title as the New Dawn, allowing this world to enter into a newer, brighter age. However, she is not alone in the realm of the divine, as you know. The cartographer pulls charts and diagrams from another shelf nearby and sets them on the desk before you. You may be quite familiar now with another who occupies Vosra's own pantheon, Atreus the Purifier, favored by the Alabaster Hand. His symbols adorn their uniforms, their banners, and soon every wall of this city. Both are worthy of reverence, make no mistake. But there is a difference between reverence and zealotry. A bitterness washes over the cartographer's face. Atreus embodies strength, a core human trait which aided our escape from the Nameless Age, but it seems those who now rule this land see only this trait as valuable. They would have us place this god on a pedestal above all others, as they would have us forget our own historical patrons. Where is their love for Levia the Druid, who has tended to our people for millennia? They claim that all the Ascended, including the champions of the Dawn, are weak for their human origins. He leans in towards you to whisper, "Is the human heart not the most powerful force you've known, Seeker?" It's true. Humans do wild stuff. So these articles that we introduce you to, here we have the Incarnates of the New Age. That's Vosra's Pantheon. The Ascended, where you'd find those such as the Champions of the Dawn, who are also listed here. I think I would have really liked to have a article block for Levia herself. She's kind of included in the Ascended and Champions of Dawn, and she is linked here, so it's not all lost. Seek out this world's truth. Here's your quest, basically, that this person is giving you. Just about had your fill of information, both verbal and physical. Your adventurer's bag now sags with the weight of countless books and scrolls, with supplemental reading, and is that homework? Just as you prepare to disengage from the discussion, the cartographer clasps his hands together, clearly having something more pressing to say. If you're truly venturing out there into the world, please know that though I did my best to prepare you, there are unfathomable dangers to encounter. There is life in magic, but there is death in equal or greater part. And he doesn't actually know how right he is. Well, there's only so much space for you to have everything right. Yeah, that's true. Like, I could make this like a 10,000 word article. That is an option. No, he pulls one more tome from his collection, but his demeanor implies he is not preparing to hand this one off to you. I implore you to read into our ancient history. Understand humanity's origins, the ages which came before, and the peril that the ley lines may be laced with. Our world has sunk into oblivion before and has been redeemed, but this force has not left this plane. He opens a tome in his hands to a chapter on the font of oblivion, which you recognize as a myth of old. How are we to know what is myth and what is history? The hand has already done a great deal of work in muddling the two. Venture forth, Seeker. Secrets of this world await you. As you struggle to get your full bag onto your back comfortably, a gleam reappears in the cartographer's eye, much like the one you saw when your interest in the world sparked his impromptu lesson. This time, it's laced with an unbridled excitement. His final quote, "Whatever you find out there, come back and tell me the tales of your adventure, would you?" That's just like his little closing thing, and it's like the section about the world's history, reading about the antecedents, the humans that came before modern humanity, the font of oblivion, that which is said to have been their downfall, and the ley line of oblivion, which is like the primary ley line that people cite as being like, this is the source of the world's death that they had like just narrowly escaped. And so that's just the end of it. So many adventures wait in the world of Malcora. Will you stumble into them through adventuring in mysterious corners of the world, led by storytellers and game runners, or would you seek to take up the mantle of such a leader yourself? Select a role below which best suits your interests. These roles may be selected or swapped from any article using the Want Secrets window in the bottom left. So yes, this is just a little section for my subscriber groups. If you want all the information, be a seeker. If you want some like more technical or kind of like spoilery stuff hidden, or if you want that stuff revealed to you, be a Dawnbringer. And I plan to have even more content, like much like deeper, more comprehensive content for my patrons. And so that's just that's where we're at. Wonderful work overall. Like, thank you. I appreciate it. The accountabilities are sated for now, unless something wakes them. I'm sure we'll find something new to wake the accountabilities. I would enlist the accountabilities for my current project, for my current goals. However, as we know, my current goal is a little bit secret for now. It's a little hush hush. Um, so maybe afterwards. Maybe after that. We'll see. I don't know what's going to happen in February aside from, my little celebration if I choose to have it. I'll have to coordinate with my days off, with my little like holiday calendar and all of that. Just to see what we want to do and where we want to go. Let's see. Sorry, I just have a couple notifications that have popped up. The Council of Accountabilities is prized for secrecy and ability to keep their mouths shut. Good. But yeah, so we can close this map now. And so I'm not going to do a full reading of the other articles that I had pulled up, but I'll do a quick little run through of some of the other articles that I'm proud of from World Ember, starting with the ley lines as well. Here it is. So this article is fun. We went into the ley lines, talked about kind of the human experience, their nature as like ever-shifting world, how these energies kind of fall under physical domains, and that's how magic and how the arcane works in Malcora. So we have the physical domain of energy. This is like your hot and cold, your fast and slow, the speed and rate at which processes take place. That's your energy ley line. So we have the ley lines of agitation and inertia. And I tried to make I made these little kind of abstract watercolory things to kind of get their general vibes down and kind of like assign a color palette to them pretty much. And so essentially magic in Malcora, magic of the ley lines, influences the physical forms and shapes of whatever they do. So they're not really like this esoteric force that does like weird spiritual metaphysical stuff. It is kind of, it's like a scientific approach to magic. Like this is a very physical force. It builds and shapes the world, it builds and shapes us, and when there's too much of one form of magic, things get unstable and weird. That's kind of how it is. So we went into the history of my ley lines during while writing this article. And once upon a time, back when the antecedents were about, back when the golden age of magic was about, there was no duality among the ley lines. There were just 5 of them, and they embodied both sides of the scale. So there was a balance every time you called upon this magic. But now they've split. There's a duality for each of them, and so wherever this ley line pops up, only one side of this physical domain is really present. Sometimes both can be there, and they kind of cancel each other out, but kind of like in a kind of seesaw kind of way. Like things can tip at any time. because they are not one entity anymore. We have energy, speed, temperature, things like this. We have the physical domain of form, which of course is what it sounds like. The physical forms. You can be solid, you can disperse into a gas. You can have your movement halted, like you might not be able to move anymore. Or you can like move with such like ease and freedom that like, you know, it's just like freedom of mobility. Maybe maybe you don't need to ascribe to like normal human physics anymore to move. Maybe like low gravity situations even. Like that'd be fun. So we have the ley lines of tenacity and celerity. So we see the ley line of tenacity in the Earthen Kingdoms. Oh, and also we see the ley line of agitation in Volcan. That's why it's so hot and active and volatile all the time. Because that's just... that land is being, like, churned up all the time, constantly. And it's bubbling up to the surface all the time. Ley line of tenacity causes the mountains to rise, to harden, to be reinforced. And to some degrees, it's, like, impenetrable, even. The physical domain of life. This is quite literally just like your life energy, your life essence, your ability to grow, to thrive, to decay, and to die. Ley line of genesis and ley line of atrophy. Magics of growth and decay. I think life is my favorite. I really love like druidic things. So I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of like that life and death kind of like living and rot kind of thing. Um I've definitely talked about it before, but I have a LARP character for a game that I haven't been able to go to in a very long time who is a druid. But there are two different schools of druidism basically in this system, and that's Radiant and Eventide. And so there's like, Radiant is like the light, like life, healing, and the Eventide, which is death and decay. And so she is an Eventide druid. And so her entire character is just so fun. Like the concept of balance in that world is like so strong and so important. And so her entire character is like she has such an abundant love for life. Like she loves life, she loves flowers, she loves plants, she loves everything, all of it. But she commands decay with her actual like abilities and magic. And so she has this thing that she loves life, but she knows that like it's important to balance it out sometimes. So she casts her rot wherever she feels it's necessary. And it's just that's my favorite character, and I hope I get to play her again. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh yes, and so the ley line of Genesis is what is in Nimavi. And the physical domain of vision. This one can be literal, but also psychological. It's about vision, perception, clarity. It can affect your literal vision. It can affect your like mental clarity. But you can't love life if you don't understand the necessity for making room for it, right? Of course, exactly. And that's the whole shtick with druids. I'm sure that's true for a lot of different systems. But in this LARP system, it was like extremely important because if the balance was tipped in any one direction too much, we would all have a very bad time. Like we have some consequence. So we can't tip the scale too far in any one direction, or else it's just a bad time. Oh. Hi Blossom, how are you? Welcome in. How are you? Thank you for the I hope that's loud enough. I have like no reference for how loud things are in comparison to my music. I have no BG3 and I must awe. That's true. That's true. That is how it be. Yeah, the physical domain of vision. The ley line of revelation here, is what is emergent in Everbright, and that one is to the little. Oh, the music is a little louder than you. Oh no. We'll just tone that down a tiny small amount. It is epic. Yeah, but Everbright, perfect, good, excellent. Yeah, I usually have it a little louder in my start screen. I think I just didn't take it down. But it's all good. It's all good. People are responding to me like they can hear me speak, so that's good. Not all was lost. But yeah, so vision and obscurity, they can be literal night and day sort of darkness. They can be the muddling of the mind. They can be the supreme clarity of the mind. They can do all kinds of interesting things to human vision and psyche. That's fun. Maybe you can meld with the shadows. Maybe you can become one with the light. Who knows? Anything can happen, really. And last but not least, the physical domain of power. This is the strength and potency, or lack thereof, of magic. And so the ley line of potency just kind of amplifies magic wherever it is. And in the opposite sense, the ley line of oblivion, like, consumes magic, hungrily even. And so, as we mentioned before, this ley line of oblivion is rumored to have been kind of like the cause of the world's almost death in its ancient history. And so people are very, very scared of it, those who know of it anyway. And the ley line of potency, people don't really know much of that either, but wherever it emerges, of course it, like, turbo amplifies whatever emergence is already there. And so we actually see it in the Mavi, where the energy of the ley line of Genesis is, like, super amplified, so it has even greater effect than it normally would. We have our little ley line of oblivion article. Myth and legend, we'll reuse this art. I like having art like this. That's not, like, super specific, that I can just kind of put in several articles. That's great. And so the null magic lands are pretty much anywhere that the ley line of oblivion exists, emerges. And there's no other magic in these areas whatsoever. Wherever there is oblivion, all other forms of magic, they're just out, gone. And so, one might see how this could be very problematic for anyone, for any human who has leyborn blood, where this magic is quite literally like a core to who they are, physically. Bad things happen here. Like, it can affect anyone, really. But when magic is quite literally your lifeblood, and this ley line wants to eat all of it, disastrous effect. Disastrous effect. That's all I'm gonna say. But we can have some fun here. We'll, maybe for Spooktober, we'll really dive into what this means. Just get some actual real-life horror into Malcora. And the last article I wanted to show off today, and again, I have this, like, kind of nondescript art that I get to reuse in other articles. The Incarnates of the New Age. This one I'm really excited for. This is, like, a pantheon of gods that I think I might add more to. I'm not 100% sure quite yet. Yeah, these are the, like, first gods. The very first in Malcora. So they're the gods of the New Age. They have names. That's pretty huge. The fact that I was able to just name them during the event instead of kind of sitting on their placeholders for 6 months. But of course I had some of their concepts, like, already prepared, so I didn't fully from scratch decide their entire concept. I just didn't really have much more than their concept. Like, these these two gods like pretty much existed in my psyche already. These two gods existed in concept. Miranda's actually is the only one that I completely made up during the event. Because I had a fifth god already that I had like thought about, but I was like, that really doesn't work for this pantheon. Yeah, names are weird for me. Sometimes it's something that needs to fit, and so it won't, so it shall remain nameless. Then another day I'll just say, you know what, this one's Marigold. Done. Next, please. Yeah, 100%. Like sometimes one just like hits you and you're like, oh, that's perfect. But other times it's like, ooh, I can't make this decision right now. Like that's not something I can do. So yeah, these are the incarnates. Like this is more fun, like me actually developing brand new world lore basically. Like the incarnates are human traits, incarnate as the name would suggest. Um so they're not, they're not perfect purely by the nature of like, this is like they are human feelings brought to life, human traits brought to life. And so they really embody those traits. And in different parts of the world, we see all the way at the bottom here, we have the shards of the New Age. In different parts of the world, different people are going to interpret these different human traits in different ways, place different weights upon them, just any number of things. And so that breaks these gods, these incarnates, into smaller shards of themselves, and these become the major deities of different pantheons. They bear the same name, but have a different title. Or, I don't know, they don't have to have the same name, but that's kind of the idea that I've stuck with. They bear the same name, but wear a different title. They speak the same tenets, but maybe phrase them differently. Focus on different things as being more or less important. And so, yeah, you just see different interpretations of the same gods, same entities across the world. And I'm pretty stoked about the fact that I got these little icons in here. These first two already existed. These last three I made in like the last night of the event. So some of them, they're a little subject to change, a little bit. I made them very quickly. I like the section. I think it looks cool. And on the topic of sections and things. Oh, I need to stop yawning. I'm gonna like die here. Like also, thank you TJ for introducing us to this little CSS snippet here. But having these images as icons, like you put them into the icon field in the article design. And you just how you just define the icons as a thing in CSS. It's cool, beautiful, but how? Let's see. Okay, so let's dive in here. Let's see if I can actually. Oh yes. Okay. Cool. Let's make this a little bigger. Can you even? I'm just trying to line it up with. Okay, that's under my face. So custom icons. I define them as just like user CSS god icon. And then I just put a bunch of stuff on it. Set a width, set the position to relative, and just like nudged it a little bit because it was in a little weird spot. Added a little drop shadow just so it kind of stuck out. And you also have to define what size they're going to be in your breadcrumbs and in your TOC. And just like, there's a lot. And then for specific ones, I made a second class. So it's like user CSS, I Vajra. That's my icon. Yeah, they're in the breadcrumb. Hold on. Let me pull this. Yeah, so you open up the breadcrumb in here, and they're in here too. And if you pull open the navigation pane and you go to powers, divinity, They're in here too. It's really not that much of a time sink. It's actually pretty simple. Um, I can just like I can post the thing in my Discord. Um, Perfect for pixel art world. Ooh, yay! That's exciting. Yeah. So yeah, it's like it's really simple. Just like a couple things. Swap out image URLs basically for other things. But yeah, it shows up. It shows up in your TOC. It shows up in your breadcrumbs, and it shows up in your little article header. So I can shred it to bits so I can try and understand. Yeah, like this is genuinely, it's actually really not CSS wizardry. It's just kind of like you're defining a class basically, and then whatever you name it, you just plug that into the same like icon section where you do, like your FAS FA-bird. Um, Instead you just god icon Ivasra, and that's that's basically it. And so yeah, I'll absolutely post that. Um, all credit to TJ. He's the one who kind of like made it up, or at least brought it to our attention. I know a lot of, or I say a lot, but like I've definitely seen people using custom icons before. I think Katoypoi does it. I'm not sure. I know Katoypoi does a lot of custom colors, and that's like a whole nother ballpark. Um, but I don't know if he does straight on custom icons. I don't know, but I came here because I was like I was excited about the way I did these like tenant sections. And, I want a better placeholder here, but whatever. We'll work on that later. Yes, fractured hope, shards of Vastra. I don't have a shard of Vastra yet, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But yeah, in summary, we made a lot of really cool work this year. Just bring back my face. Hello. We made a lot of really cool work this year. I'm really excited about it. I'm really happy about World Ember. Um, I'm a little sad that I'm going to be away during the weekend of the awards ceremony, so I'm not going to be able to stream after the ceremony for you guys, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, we will not be able to celebrate your wins on stream. Tis a shame. Tis a shame. I'll definitely be on the weekend afterwards, though. I think. I hope. I'm gonna be away for the entire weekend, so I just won't be able to. But yeah, this was a really nice stream. I'm really glad I got to talk to you guys today about just 2023 in review. My heart is bleeding, but I shall live. Understandable. I'm so sorry. But yeah, and actually, the weekend before that, on Saturday I will be busy. Unfortunately, maybe I'll win the cruise. Ooh, maybe. We'll go on a little adventure together, all of us, all the crew. I think, I don't know, we're planning some fun things. I think we're trying to squeeze in a little like Epcot Disney visit somewhere I've never been. Somewhere I've never been. Thanks for streaming, sharing your world with us. Absolutely, I'm always so happy to share my world. I just can't get enough of world building. It's my favorite thing. So thank you for just sitting down and listening to me ramble and read just the random things that I've been making this past month. Exciting, and there's more to come. There's always going to be more to come. And there's going to be a whole brand new world soon. Soon, TM. But we'll find more about that in February when I plan my little birthday/anniversary celebration. Anniversary. Yeah, okay. Anniversary stream coming up soon. We'll learn more about that. Just a whole new world, indeed. I bring to you a whole new world. A new fantastic world with birds. And that's your hint. There's more than birds, but it's gonna be a lot of birds. It's gonna be a lot of birds. Is there still some in there?
Refresh
There
yourselves.
is. There's a little bit. Just a small amount. Let's find out. Oh gosh. Alright, but this about wraps up today's stream. We need to find somewhere to go, somewhere to send you all. Ooh, you know what? I talked a big game about my stream team, about the creatures. So hold on, before we head out, I'll do a little exclamation point creature. Check us all out. We are all fantastic human beings or creatures, you know. Not human. I'm more of a bird than a person anyway, but but since we are talking a lot of hype about our creature feature team, I think we're going to go raid Queen Clover. It's actually in the middle of a big anniversary event. And so, you know, we're going from talking about my birth-iversary, and we're just going straight into Queen's birth-iversary. I don't think it's a birth-iversary. I think it's just an anniversary, but 3 years, I think. Ooh, playing some Coral Island, some cozy games. I am excited for some cozy vibes. Yes, I will tell. Yes, it is time for a bird raid. So yes, once you get there, announce, scream to the heavens, bird raid, and we are here. I will say everyone is welcome to join my Discord server for more updates and things. This will be the best place to learn about my potential birth-iversary event. And yeah, just any other world-building things that are happening. Bird raid, yeah, just bring out all those emotes, like, bap them with a stick. Just let them know who sent you. And of course, I implore all of you to grab your sippies and go world build. Go do whatever makes you happy, and I will see you tomorrow for live stream and Sunday for Creature Feature Baldur's Gate 3. Many exciting things this weekend, and I hope to see you there. Farewell. Goodbye.